What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Soon token today, Soon Network. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. I realized that a lot of you who watched my last Soon video, you thought I was going to give you a fundamental analysis, so I want to set the record straight. The purpose of this video is strictly to forecast the price. We're going to talk about where I believe the price is going to go. We've been pretty good so far. Been talking about Soon since down here, advocating for the buy all along the way, advocating for the sell here, and even at the very top, we called it there as well. I asked Google what Soon Network is because I couldn't really find my own words, so I figured the AI might do a better job. It's a high-performance blockchain ecosystem that extends the Solana virtual machines, SVM, to other layer 1 networks, right? To essentially bring up the throughput, the speed, and low transaction fees to different blockchains, enhancing scalability and interoperability across them. The network uses a super adoption stack consisting of its mainnet, a roll-up as a service toolkit called Soon Stack. All right, there's that. Okay, that's there we go. That's the official definition of what Soon Network is. Anyways, there's also Simp for Fun, right? Which is where you can literally, they have that. That's another like project or aspect of Soon Network where you can literally copy trade people as you wish, right? And they've got like a whole environment for that. So it's pretty cool. The platforms that they have set up here. Soon token, what's it worth right now? What's its market cap worth? Let's see. Soon here at a whopping $263 million market cap. I remember when it was at 60, man. Crazy growth. 263, still very low. Okay, we could absolutely see this thing do a 100x. A 100x from here would put you at a $26 billion market cap. We've seen plenty of coins throughout the history of crypto go to a 20 billion, 40 billion, 60 billion, even higher than that in their first bull markets, okay? If they're popular, if they're utilized, if there's the right momentum behind it, right? And I think that there might be with this one, man. This thing absolutely tanked in its beginning, giving an abundant amount of time. These are all days here from July through August, or July to August, an abundant amount of time to acquire some, right? And this thing's just been on a nonstop tear, moving up ever since, right? I wouldn't be surprised. It's very volatile, as you can see here. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some selling off that happens. Soon also has some of the highest staking rewards. Let's just see here. Soon staking right here. It's like Soon Network, Soon. Let's see. What was that about Netflix? Netflix's controversial raunchy summer hit. I don't know. I don't care. But you have some of the highest APY in the space. 0%. Can you believe it? This isn't right. It's not loaded. Okay, there we go. 32%. 32%. It can. And I think it was 60% not too long ago. Now it's 32%. That's actually pretty comparable to Onyx Coin. If you guys know the Onyx Coin stuff, you can add to your APY if you decide to stake for an allotted amount of time, 30 days, 90 days, 180 days. If you want the flexible pool, I'm pretty sure if you stake in here, you can withdraw at any time, but it takes, I think, 7 days to process, so just be aware of that. There are lockup periods for all of these, okay? I don't want to. Disconnect. We'll disconnect, yeah. Yeah, 60% for 180 days. I don't know about you guys, but I think we have 180 days left in this bull market. So I'm just saying I think all of these are safe. You can really lock in some sick APY, even at the flexible pool, let alone these higher APY ones. Just saying, right? And all the meanwhile, Soon itself can continue to grow. Imagine this, all right? Imagine you're holding this token until the end of the cycle, and it does the thing that we talked about earlier, which is good. It does a 100x. We go to a $25-30 billion market cap, okay? A 100x from here would put us at about $84, okay? That's all the way up at about there. Let's say by the end of the cycle, which I think will be sometime in April, May of 2026, okay? Let's say by the end of the cycle, all the way out over here, you're all the way up in this zone, okay? You make your way all the way up there. Sick gains, fantastic gains. $100 turns into $10,000. That's what 100x is. It's fantastic. All the meantime, you can be making some very awesome returns with these staking yields, okay? Let's say you're not like me. You don't think that the cycle will last 180 days. Do you at least believe it'll last another 3 months? It could go into January, perhaps, right? 32 plus 16, that's 48% APY. 48% this whole time while building in price. Maybe it doesn't go 100x. Maybe it does a 20x. but you're still gaining rewards on top of that. You'll only amplify those returns if you're staking. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's up to you if you want to stake, but definitely offering some of the highest yield in the space. The fact that it's APY is also pretty nice, I think. Anyways, getting into the price action here. I said I wasn't going to do a fundamental video. This would be a technical video, but a lot of people were, I think, misled by the last title for some reason. They were expecting it to be a fundamental video. I'm a technical guy. I do the chart stuff. I'm not the fundamental guy for the most part. We did the fundamentals back here whenever we first talked about Soon. Okay, we did the fundamentals back here. We did them again here. We don't need to go over it all right now. But looking at this here, I don't know if I would anticipate a drop quite like this. Right? I'm assuming that there's a lot of people watching this chart assuming there will be a drop like this. So we'll probably get a little something, but it's going to tease. It won't be nearly to the same extent. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor here at 84 cents. I think it's a perfect time to buy. I really do. I think it's perfect. It can go lower, and you should prepare for that. I mean, we could go as low as 60 cents. You should definitely prepare for a drop if you buy here. It's not that you should sell here or panic if it goes down there. It's that you buy here and you're prepared for the drop in case it happens, and you buy more or you hold. Or you buy here and we just rally, whatever it is. I think the reason why we found resistance here is very obvious, right? We found psychological resistance at this immaculate level, $1. Found resistance right there. Massive sell-off. Okay. Massive sell-off there on the 14th. Soon Network is one of the few tokens that was unaffected by the 10th of October. And in respects to that day, you're actually holding up better than most coins right now. Everyone talks about Zcash and Zora because those were the notable ones that pumped. But Soon was really holding up well. No wick even, right? No volatility. It's just crazy how well it held up. High to low here. Tip the golden ratio. Back at the 1272. Now, what I will say is this is a really spicy kind of endeavor that you're doing here, man. When you go from the golden ratio to the 1272, if you hold support and you move back up, you're going to rally. This thing's going to be at $2 before you know it. It's going to be dramatically higher. And by that time, the APY, by the way, this is subject to change. It was at 60% like 2 weeks ago, I want to say. You know, it was literally at higher levels. It dropped recently, which I find kind of interesting because there's a coin, Onyx coin, that I talk about a lot. It's my biggest bag, and they just raised their APY or their APR. It's a little bit above what Soon's is right now, but it's interesting that it happened kind of at the same time. I'm kind of curious. I wonder if there's some collaboration there, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Soon holding the 1272 is very, very strong. But if you give this up, the only areas to find support at would likely be somewhere in here at about a 54 cent to a 61 cent price. So let's look at the indicators. Let's see what we're looking like we're doing. Are we going to hold this as support? Are there reasons to believe that we're going to go up higher? And if so, we can really start talking about these $2 and beyond targets, because typically in this scenario, and what do I know? I've just been doing this for 10 years. Whenever you find resistance at the golden ratio and you find support at the 1272, typically you rip right up to the 2272 or even the 2618, something in this area here, which that's all the way at $2.08 to $2.90. Okay, very possible target outcomes there. If we're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, let's do that. 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this, zooming in, the RSI looks powerful. I mean, overall, it's very strong. Right here, it's definitely weak, but your weakest results, and you didn't really do much. That was a very soft curve. You're coming up. Volume's coming in as you're moving higher. You look good there. Stochastics look bullish, and so does the MACD. I wouldn't be surprised if we went lower, but the 1 hour looks good. So for the time being, looking good. The RSI on the 4 hour, here's where things get a little bit uglier, right? So we can see here, we zoom out a little bit. You can see here you have a high, a lower high, and a lower high. There's some severe bearish divergence going on. That divergence gets cleared out if you interact with this closing high all the way back down at about 53 cents. Now, is it divergence between all these points? Is it just these points? I don't know. If it is just these points, maybe we have resolved it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we went lower. We're seeing weakness in the RSI like we haven't seen before. It seems as though we've shifted from, very bullish circumstances to somewhat of a downtrend. There is room left to move up higher and then show that you are, in fact, not ready for the overbought zone, that you are ready to continue to consolidate. So with that being said, if we move up to $1 again, if we move up to 95 cents, $1, whatever, something in this area, it's just to find resistance. It's just to sell off. It's a lower high to confirm before we go lower. I could see it happening. So 1 hour looks decent. The 4 hour looks sad, but with the opportunity to go higher, definitely. And the stochastics would agree as well. The stochastics would agree that we move up. So I think we do move up from here. We probably try $1 again. But again, just because we go here, don't get excited. I know that we were talking about on the daily time frame, we were talking about how bullish it is to go from the golden ratio to the 1272 and back up, but let's just wait and see. If you close a day above $1, then it is very exciting. If we close one day above $1, it is very exciting. But if we're just wicking up there, even if we get above $1, we're just wicking up there and then we're coming back down and closing below $1, I wouldn't get too excited, okay? Just to be clear, especially if we're moving up and there's a lack in volume, but then the volume comes in as we sell off. We'll see. We'll see. You know, I'll hold your hand as we go through this. Overall, though, I mean, you're at areas where you look like you want to move up. I wouldn't be surprised if between today and the coming days you moved up higher, okay? Looking at the daily time frame here, oh, that's not what I meant to do. It's just so bullish. It's so bullish on the daily time frame. It really is. It's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, you're bouncing off the 60. You probably come back up. Maybe you find some bearish divergence there, right? A lower high. In which case you could go higher. Be aware of that divergence, though, you guys. Be aware of that divergence. That could be severe. You know, and to backtrack on what I said, I guess here you could even close up here. If you close here and you come back down, we get a red day, you're dealing with some severe divergence. And I wouldn't want to get in the way of that. I say severe, it's really not that severe. It only started back here, so it really isn't that severe. You've already seen the move play out. You've already seen it play out, so never mind. I don't know. I take it back. I backtracked, and I want to backtrack on the backtracking. I think if you close above $1, you're safe. Moving above $1 is not enough. You need to close above it on a daily time frame, though. The stochastics are immaculate. However, the weakest readings we've seen really since October has begun. Might call for the prices to come down or the readings to come down a little bit. The MACD is at an area where we're either going to make it or break it as well. I would think that if we do not pursue higher prices immediately, we likely do consolidate for the remainder of October, and then going into November, that'll be when we start to move higher again, okay? I really wouldn't be surprised if we pulled down to the 60 to 50 cent area to find support, okay? I really wouldn't be surprised at all. But again, prove me wrong. Close above $1. The rest is history. We'll see at $2 to $3. It's going to be nuts. And inevitably, I do believe soon has the potential here now at 85 cents by the end of the cycle to see a $100 price. If not something that's at 50 bucks, between there, $80 is very attainable. Even above $100 is very attainable, okay? I don't really have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said it all. This is a project that this is one of those early call projects that we've had. We haven't had too many of them this cycle, but there's been a few that have worked out rather well, and we're definitely tracking this thing as it continues to go on. Called this high. Let's see if it does what I think it'll do. We'll see. But I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.